Good morning, boys and girls. This is Miss Bomar. I hope you all had a great weekend and you have been able to go outside and enjoy this pretty weather that we've been having. And I wanted to show you our new book for this week. So we are reading a new book on reading A to Z called Community Government. And I bet you can tell me why we are reading this book this week. If you have been looking at your assignments on Google Classroom, you have seen that Rita and Cindy have been doing our City of Marion tour. And they have been showing you some really cool places in Marion and have been talking to you about city government and the government in Marion. And we had the city manager talk to you about city government in Marion. So we are going to be reading a book that goes along with that called Community Government. And community, let's talk about that word real quick. Okay, community is like the same thing as a city. So when you live in a city, you live in a community. So you live in the community of Marion or McDowell County. Okay, so a community is just a place where a group of people live together and work together. Okay, very good. I would get out a piece of paper for vocabulary words that we're going to be talking about because you're going to want to know what those vocabulary words mean. So I would go ahead and get out of a piece of paper and I would write this word community and I would write what it means. So like we said, a community is a place where people live and work together. So you live in the community of Marion or in the city of Marion. Okay, and if you need to pause the video and get that written down, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and erase it. All right, so in your social studies videos, you need to make sure that you are reading or watching both videos today because our reading videos and our social studies videos are going to be going together really well this week. Okay, so this book is going to be talking about a lot of the same things that Cindy and Rita are talking to you about. Okay, so if you watch the video for Monday, you should have learned what a city is and what a city government is. They talked a lot about it, and our city manager talked a lot about it. And then if you watch the video today, they went to the fire department and talk to the firefighters, who are really important members of our community and our city, and they help our city in a lot of ways. Okay, so what I want you to do before we read this book is I'm going to be putting this on your Google Classroom, and you can do it on your own piece of paper, but you're going to pull up this paper. And what I want you to do is I want you to use your social studies videos with Rita and Cindy to help you. Okay, so we're going to be filling this out. The directions say in the first row, write what you already know about community governments. So in our first video that Miss Hamilton posted on Monday, they talked a lot about city government and the government of Marion. Okay, so what I want you to do in this What I Know box is I want you to write what you already know. So tell me what you already know about city government. What did you learn from that video? And then in this box, I want you to write what you want to know. Okay, because they're going to be doing a whole big tour of the city of Marion. So tell me, what else do you want to know about community government and city government? Or what else do you want to know about the city of Marion and how it works? Or is there something you want to know about who is in charge of certain parts of the city? Or who is in charge of certain places and stores? And what are the parts of the government of the city of Marion? Okay, so give me some questions that you want to know. And then we're going to write what we learned. Okay, so we're going to read just some of our book today, not all of it, because we're going to read some of it the rest of the week, but we're going to read some of our book. So remember, on this paper, I want you to write what you know, so what you already know about city government, and what I want to know. And after you write those two things, then you need to watch the reading of our book, and then you need to fill out the part about what you learned so far. Okay? So before you listen to me read, you need to fill out what I know and what I want to learn. Okay? You need to fill out those two parts. And then you need to come back to the reading. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start reading our book, Community Government. Okay, so let's remember our bolded words are really important because it shows us our vocabulary words. That's right. Okay, and let's pay really close attention to this picture because in this picture I see a sign that says Town Hall. And if you remember, in our first video in social studies this week, that is where Cindy and Rita actually visited. Okay, so this book is going to give you a lot of the same facts that they're going to be giving you in their videos. Okay, a community is a place where people live, work, and play. Okay, so we already talked about that word community, but we have the word community. And then we're going to use our context clues to help us figure out what the rest of that word means. So when we use our context clues, we use the rest of that sentence that that vocabulary word is in. A community is a place where people live, work, and play. Okay, so that tells me what a community is. A community can be large, like a city, or small, like a town or a village. Okay, that also tells me what a community is. So now I know that a community is a place where people live, work, and play, and it can be large, like a city, or small, like a village. So we want to make sure that every time we see a vocabulary word, that we are using our context clues. Okay, I wonder what context clues are. How can I use context clues? How can I use context clues? Well, I know that in this sentence, I used the sentence to help me figure out what that word community meant. So when I read that sentence, it actually helped me understand the definition of the vocabulary word. So I think that a context clue could actually be the text or the sentence that the word is in. So I use my context clues by reading the sentence or text to figure out what words I don't know mean. Okay, let's keep reading. People run their community with a government. The people in the government are part of a community. Okay, so I have this word government, and it might tell me on another page. I might be able to use my context clues to help me understand what that word government means. But let me use my context clues on this page and see if it helps me know what that word government means. So it says the people in the government are part of the community. Okay, so I do know that whoever is in a government is also part of a community, but it didn't quite tell me what a government was. Okay, so if I think about it, when I think about the government, and when I think about a community government, it makes me think about the people who kind of are in charge or help run a community or a city. So, Miss Cindy and Rita showed you a really important person that was a part of the city of Marion's government. Do you remember who it was that we met in their video? Okay, it was Bob Boyette. Remember? He was our city manager. So, our city manager in Marion is Bob Boyette, and he is really important because he is a part of the government of Marion. So, he helps kind of run Marion, he helps make important decisions, he helps kind of guide the people of Marion. So, I know that he's part of a government, so that helps me understand what the word government means. Okay, so hopefully you have written down our 2 vocabulary words on that page, government and community, and you have written what those 2 words mean. We used our own knowledge to figure out what government meant, and we used our context clues to figure out what the word community meant. City government leaders. So I want to make sure I pay close attention to this bold heading because that shows me that this is going to be an important section of our story. And that also tells me that this part of our story is going to be talking about city government leaders. So that's what this whole section is going to be talking about. The mayor is the leader of the community. If someone wants to be mayor, he or she runs in an election. Okay, so we have 2 important vocabulary words on this page, mayor and election. Okay, so for mayor, I wonder what that word means. I'm going to read that sentence again. The mayor is the leader of the community. Okay, if I use my context clues and read that sentence, then that helps me know that mayor is a leader of a community. So it's the leader of a city or a state or a community or a town. So it's the leader. It's kind of the person who is in charge, who we are all looking to for advice and leadership and guidance. Okay, and they become a mayor by running in an election. Okay, a lot of you might know what an election is because we have one sometimes when we vote for president or we vote for city leaders and things like that. So we have an election. So an election is a thing where people vote for leaders that they want to have in their community. When people vote, they make a choice. Okay, now that also tells me what an election is also, is people are voting to make a choice. People vote for a mayor in an election every 2 or 4 years. People vote for the person they think will be the best mayor. The person with the most votes becomes mayor. Okay, so that's an election where we vote for the person that we want, and whoever has the most votes wins. Okay, we're going to stop there because we are about to start a new section of our story, as you can see. Okay, so we just read the section about community leaders, and now we're about to start a section called more community departments. Okay, so we're going to start that part tomorrow. So what I want you to do now is go back to your chart, to the what I learned part, and I want you to tell me what you learned from our introduction to the end of our city government leaders section. So we went from page 1 to 7. So tell me what you have learned so far about community government or city government from what we have read so far. Okay? And I want you to write all of this on a piece of paper. So the what I know, what I want to know, and what I learned. And I want you to take a picture of it and post it into Google Classroom, or you can put it in the comments under this video. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will be back again tomorrow to read more about community government with you. Make sure you are watching Miss Hamilton's videos that she is posting of Cindy and Rita doing our City of Marion tour, because it's going to help you learn a lot about community government, and that will help you a lot with this book and with my reading lessons. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.